What's going on, guys? Bart here with Working the Shoot. I want to thank you for coming back. Hope today is the day we can earn your subscription. If so, you hit that red subscribe bar down below. But let's get into what we're talking about today. The SummerSlam, the Summerfest results of night one. Night one is under wraps, done in the books, if you will. And night two is only a few hours away. Excuse the eye. My eye has been really irritated from the incense smoke that I lit up earlier, so to speak. All right. So SummerSlam Night One results. Now, again, this is the first year that the pay-per-view PLE, sorry folks, is going two nights, and I will say that, not saying that there wasn't some good moments in this particular outing, but you can tell that they're probably waiting to really put a lot into night two, because there were some surprises. If you had yet to come across them, obviously you know this is an obvious spoiler thing if it's results in the in the title, so to speak. But let's get into it. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso win over Braun and Bronson. Braun Breaker. Let's go and call him Braun Strucker. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Uh, the OC, the OG. I know how to talk. You know how to talk. The OG bloodline, so to speak, a part of them. Winded up winning this tag team match. But Paul Heyman still has the Jordans. Man, he's going to be looking fly with them shoes. Next, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss win the tag team titles against Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. I did like the little playful interaction between Charlotte and Alexa in their entrance. It does seem that they're becoming more friends, you know what I mean? I don't know if they're really friends in real, IRL, so to speak. But here, you can kind of tell that they have at least a mutual respect, or starting to have a mutual respect for each other. So, but yeah, they ended up winning the tag team titles last night. And at one point near the end, when they're celebrating on the ropes, you can see Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez were down on the side of the ring, trying to kind of like not be in the shot. Raquel Rodriguez was kind of telling the cameraman, get them out of the shot and just concentrate on Alexa and Charlotte there. And I like that little nuances that sometimes people don't notice. The workers do, or the refs do, or this person or that person. Raquel was realizing what the bigger picture was, and that was Alexa and Charlotte winning the titles, and she wanted the focus to be on them. That was a nice little nuanced thing there. Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, Kross trying to corrupt Sami Zayn, if you will, and Sami Zayn winds up, he had an opportunity near the very end. You can kind of see him teetering on wanting to use the dirty tactics, right? Because Scarlett and Karrion had the steel pipe, so to speak. And when Karrion was knocked out or recovering from his barrage from Sammy, Scarlett gave him the lead pipe. Not that she was turning on Karrion, but it was the plan to be like, here you go, use it. You know you want to do that. Go ahead, do it. Why? What's the problem? It's a little voice in your head. What? What? The armor truck is open. What? No one's around. Who's gonna notice $20,000 missing, right? Those crimes of opportunity, if you will, right, so to speak. But Sami Zayn doesn't do it. He throws the lead pipe, and he winds up winning cleanly. And at the end, before he leaves, he like motions, "That's it," So that's the end of that storyline. Because Karrion Cross is like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah." So that story is done. So where Karrion Cross and Sami Zayn go from here, only time will tell. But again, I'd like to reiterate that I'd like to see Sammy go for the title down the road. Um, Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's title. I will say this was semi disappointing to the degree where I felt like if Jade was going to lose, it was going to be because of some shenanigans, all right, because of Naomi or something else. But no, Tiffany Stratton wins cleanly, retains her title, and I'm kind of surprised at that because I thought Jade Cargill was going to if it was going to be a clean finish, I was figuring that Jade was going to more win than anything else. So a little disappointing here. The match was okay. It wasn't. It probably was the match that was the least favorite of mine on the card. Like if we're going from the bottom up, it would start at Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill, not because of the characters, not because of the work, just because I didn't like the results. I think that Jade should have won if it was going to be a clean finish the way it was. Then it would have been the tag team match with Roman and Jay and stuff. But yeah, Tiffany won. She retains her title. I'm indifferent to Tiffany. Like I like her, and I'm in between liking her and then whatever with her. But Jade, I'm a big fan of, and I'm kind of a bit disappointed because I thought maybe I had a feeling that she was going to win, but no, 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 no. Now here's the next match: Jelly Roll and Orton versus Drew and Logan Paul. There were some memorable moments in this match, but again, I don't think that this is a match that should have really been taking up space on the card. If you wanted to have Jelly Roll there in the corner of Randy Orton, and as Randy goes against Drew or Logan Paul, I wouldn't have minded that so much. But Logan Paul, man, he leapfrog, frog splash the hell out of Jelly Roll. Man, it's as if Logan Paul wants to go parachuting and Jelly Roll was the landing pad. He just, and as again, I'm a fellow fatty Jelly Rolls, so don't think I'm meaning this in any sort of way. And again, I not. I'm just what I am. I'm indifferent to him. I neither like him like that or dislike him. It's just that if he would have won, that would have been kind of lame, because he's nowhere. It would have been nowhere believable that again a person who's a professional athlete that's trained in physical combat should lose to someone like me, a dad, right? A fat dad, who's maybe strong in their own ways, but not the way that a professional athlete who's again trained in combat sports should be. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be believable if you trot me out there in the ring that I can beat Logan Paul. I would be like, no, that's not believable at all. So, with that being said, Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul win that match. And then the main event. Oh my God, brother. This lasted about a half hour. CM Punk versus Gunther. This was one of these slow burn matches, and believe it or not, your new world heavyweight champion, CM motherfucking Punk, beats Gunther. This was war. This was a war that CM Punk went through. He's celebrating with the fans, right? Uh, Look in my eyes. What do you see? Not getting copyrighted today. Um, Celebrating with the fans, crying. Chi-Town's own CM Punk, and then you hear "Burn It Down." Seth Rollins comes out on crutches with Paul Heyman. You think he's just gonna sit there and talk shit? Like, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me, your boy Seth. Burning it down. But it was all a ruse. He throws the crutches, takes off the leg brace, and takes off his suit, so to speak, like the top, runs down and cashes in on CM Punk. And your new World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Franklin Rollins. Frickin' Rollins. Seth not only pulled off the heist of the century once, but twice. That's it. Seth Rollins is your new World Heavyweight Champion, fellas and gals. Oh, that was I will say that was a crazy ending to the night, but in an overall sense, I would have to give, if we're giving grades, excuse me, on numbers. I think I'm gonna give SummerSlam a B minus, maybe a B minus, C plus. Again, a couple great moments, kind of a couple of fun moments, but the Jelly Roll match, I wasn't a big fan. I just did. We did. I mean, it was fun in a way, but then at the same time, I would have liked to see maybe another match take the spot, and you could have did that on a Friday Night SmackDown or something, or a Monday Night Raw. That tag team match to make that the main event of that show, right? Maybe. And then Jade Cargill took it out for me because I felt like she deserves to get a singles title now. I know it's maybe it took her a while in her career in AEW and WWE to really get to the point of being trusted to be able to carry a belt like that. She carried belts in AEW, single belts, a tag team champion in WWE. They just I guess decided not to pull the trigger on that, and that disappointed me a little bit. However, um, everything else was okay. You know, my favorite match, I would have to say, was the last match because that really just brought everything together. It made you feel like you were there with CM Punk when he won it, and you were there when he lost it, and that roller coaster of emotion uh, made me feel like that definitely deserved the main event. Let me know down below, guys, what you're thinking of this show. We'll see how night two goes. Don't forget how awesome and amazing you are. And until next time, peace, Knuckles.